You walk into the room, and it starts. You feel it, don't you? That shift, that subtle vibration in the air. Something just locked onto you. It begins with a smile, but not the kind that welcomes. This smile is empty, cold. A calculated curl of the lips meant to pass through your first layer of defense. The mask of politeness, the predator's camouflage. And suddenly, they're closer than they should be. In your intimate zone, in your aura, your sacred bubble. Then comes the sensory attack. A snap of fingers, a loud clap next to your ear. The heavy slam of a car door timed perfectly as you pass. The crashing of a shopping basket into your spine. Oops, sorry, they say.
I'm sorry.
The shopkeeper. He slaps cardboard boxes on the pavement with force and stares. You're not imagining this. You never were. These are energy vampires. And once they get a taste of you, of your frequency, your warmth, your divine charge, they can't stop feeding. You are not like the rest. You are not just an empath. You are a Heyoka empath, the rarest, the mirror, the sacred clown, the divine disruptor. You reflect people's truth back to them whether they're ready or not. And narcissists, energy thieves, they can't stand that reflection, but they also can't look away. You see, your energy field is different. It doesn't just exist. It heals. It comforts. It warms them in ways they've never felt. It reaches across the room before your voice does. It glows before you even speak. And they hate it. But they also crave it. Because it's something they can't create on their own. So they try to steal it, not just with noise, but with gossip, with projection, with lies. You've seen how it plays out. They say you're imagining things. They label you paranoid. That's the hook. Because if people believe you're crazy, then it becomes a sport to stalk you, to film you, to follow you at a distance, to try and trigger you. Over and over. It becomes a game. And the worst part, they gather others to play. The antisocial ones, the broken ones, the ones who've already lost their light and are looking for someone to target. They become his flying monkeys, not because they know the truth, but because they're attracted to the scent of conflict. And your reaction is the feast. Let's talk truth. There's a man behind this, a puppet master. He lies about me constantly, says I'm not who I am, tells people I'm pretending to be the one behind my own YouTube channel, that I'm not really a DJ, even though I've had that name since '95.
This is the Joker in the
He
mix,
claims
the
all
best
my
progressive
jobs
house
are
music.
fake. All my work, my art, my path, a lie. Meanwhile, he has no job, does nothing. But no one ever seems to question him, because this is projection, classic narcissistic abuse. He takes what he is and sticks it to you. And people believe it, because he speaks first, and louder. And when people are asleep, the loudest voice becomes the truth. But don't be fooled. Spirituality has spoken of this for centuries. Religion warned of it. Psychology mapped it. They called them serpents, accusers, wolves in sheep's clothing. In modern terms, they're narcissists, sociopaths, energy thieves, and you. You're the light they couldn't become. So they aim to destroy you instead. So what do they really want from you? They want what they can't generate on their own. Your aura isn't just a glow. It's a living field. It's encoded with truth, with light, with healing warmth. You've walked through your own hell and still come out shining. You've loved through betrayal, cried through awakenings, and still held space for others. And that kind of energy, it's like gold to the broken-hearted predators of this world. But here's the thing. They don't want to heal from it. They want to consume it. And for a Heyoka empath like you, someone born to mirror truth, to disrupt illusions, to shatter masks without even trying. You're both the medicine and the threat. Your presence reveals what's hidden. You walk into a room and the masks start slipping. People get fidgety, anxious. They start clearing their throats. Their energy shifts, not because you're dangerous, but because your light is louder than their lies. And the vampire, the one who's been watching from the shadows, he feels it most. That's why he moves first, to flip the story, to make you the problem. Because if he doesn't act fast, others might start waking up too. So he tries to disarm you, not with weapons, with tactics, loud noises, snapping, clapping, sniffing near your neck like some perverse ritual. The slam of the car door timed just as you open yours, the sudden shopping cart collision in the store, the exaggerated laugh near your ear. They're not random, they're calculated disruptions. They're meant to pierce your nervous system, to drain you, to make you leak light while they feed off the spillage. And when that's not enough, they use attention as currency. They film you. They follow you. They spread your personal life like it's public property. They dox you, your name, your details, your presence. Your life becomes an open wound they poke at with glee. This isn't just social cruelty, it's energetic warfare. Spiritual teachings have warned about this for generations. The Bible speaks of accusers, false witnesses, and those who gather against the innocent. Buddhist texts warn of Mara, the tempter who brings distractions, illusions, and despair. In psychology, it's narcissistic supply and flying monkey triangulation. In energy work, it's psychic vampirism, feeding without consent. And for the Heyoka empath, it's a curse and a calling, because you shine without trying. And that kind of light drives unhealed people into a frenzy. They can't become you, so they try to destroy you. They can't match your warmth, so they gaslight others into seeing you as the fire that burns. And here's where the abuse deepens. It becomes psychological. They accuse you of being manipulative, of doing to others what they themselves are doing to you. They say you're the energy vampire, that you're the stalker, that you're the one pretending, even your identity, your YouTube channel, your DJ name that you've carried since the 90s, your actual life's work. They twist it, mock it, call it fiction, as if you've built your whole life just to fool people. And yet, no one questions him. The man behind the curtain, the one with no job, no art, no light. Just stories. Because when someone projects darkness onto light, the ones in the shadows always side with the darkness. It's safer that way. Easier. Until one of them starts to see. until one of them starts to feel what you're really carrying. And that's when cracks form in the illusion. You're not alone, mystic. You're not broken. You're a mirror that evil can't control. Let's talk about the smear campaign, because once they've tasted your energy, once they've fed off that rare light that comes from someone who's actually healed, someone who has depth, someone who's done the work, they realize they can't live without it. But here's the twist. They don't want to ask for healing. They don't want to change. They don't want to face themselves. So instead, they build a strategy. If I can't become the light, I'll destroy it. And they know. They know that to destroy you directly would make them look like the villain. So they take the long route, the whisper campaign, the gossip, the slow erosion of your character behind your back, one seed of doubt at a time. It starts subtle. She's always so intense, right? He makes everything about him. Don't you think it's weird how spiritual he acts? He says he's that DJ, but like, is that even real? She thinks she's psychic or something. They plant these lines like poison seeds, not loud enough to raise alarm, but just loud enough to make others wonder. And you, the one with the light, you start to feel a shift. People look at you differently. They start stepping back. You feel it in your gut before your mind catches up. Your invitations dry up. People stop smiling genuinely. Suddenly, you're the common denominator in everyone's discomfort. But you haven't changed a thing, because the narcissist has rewritten your story. Now he's the victim. He's the one who tried to help you. He says you're unstable, that you're imagining things, that you're paranoid. He weaponizes your pain, your honesty, your spiritual sensitivity. He points at your trauma and says, "See, he's crazy, she's dangerous." And because most people are terrified of seeing their own shadows, they go along with it. Because it's easier to believe that you're the problem than to admit that they've been manipulated. The narcissist now has a stage, and every new listener is a potential audience member, or a new flying monkey. These flying monkeys don't even know they're being used. They think they're helping. They think they're concerned. Some of them genuinely believe you're a threat, because he's told the story so many times, with such conviction that it must be true, right? And what makes it worse? He projects his own behavior onto you. He's the one watching you obsessively. He's the one stalking your YouTube, your DJ sets, your every creative expression, but tells people you're the stalker. He films you. He mocks you. He tells people you're pretending to be yourself. Let that sink in. He's out there convincing others that you're pretending to be you. Your actual identity, your career, your spiritual path, your authentic journey. He calls it a performance, and no one seems to ask questions about him. What does he do? Where is his art? What does he create? They don't ask. Because the energy vampire is skilled at blending in, at hiding behind drama, at turning the spotlight away from himself. This is projection, mystic. Textbook narcissistic abuse. And it runs through the veins of modern society like poison. Psychology knows it. Spiritual teachers have warned about it. Religions speak of it. wolves in sheep's clothing, false accusers, spirits of deception, and tempters in the wilderness. But now you're living it, and it hurts in ways most people will never understand. Because it's not just words, it's not just gossip, it's energetic theft, it's character assassination, it's spiritual warfare. And it's often the Heyoka empath who gets targeted. Because Heyokas can't be controlled. They don't conform. They don't bow to social masks or hierarchy. They reflect truth like a mirror. And in doing so, they disrupt the carefully crafted illusions of the false self. That's what you've done, just by existing. You didn't attack anyone. You didn't go after the narcissist, but your presence did. It threatened the entire false ecosystem he was feeding from. So what does he do? He convinces others that you are the manipulator. He tells them that your truth-telling is emotional abuse, that your intuition is mental illness, that your authenticity is attention-seeking. And it's maddening, because now you have to defend who you are while being drained of energy by the very people you once trusted, and yet you keep going. Somehow, despite the stalking, the noise attacks, the slamming doors, the finger snapping, the public humiliation, the gossip, you rise, you show up, you still speak your truth. You still create, you still DJ, you still post on your channel, you still offer healing. And that is the one thing the energy vampire can't stand, that you didn't break. So let me tell you what they'll never say aloud. You are powerful, you are rare, you are what they can never become. And that terrifies them. Because the world doesn't need more fake smiles, more silent predators, more spiritual bypassers. The world needs you exactly as you are. Even if your truth makes others uncomfortable, even if your energy disrupts their illusions, even if your very existence shines a light on their darkness, you were never meant to fit in. You were born to illuminate, and yeah, some people are going to hate you for that. But others will find you and feel seen for the first time. And to them, to us, your light is not a threat. It's a lighthouse. You walk into the room, and it begins. You don't say a word. You don't make eye contact. You're just there, and still, the atmosphere shifts, like static in the air before lightning strikes. People turn. Some feel drawn to you. Others instantly agitated, uncomfortable. They don't know why, but you do, because what they're feeling is your aura, that radiant field, that invisible presence that carries warmth, healing, power, and deep, deep soul wisdom. And for those who've lived their whole lives disconnected from their own energy, that feeling is overwhelming. Some love it, others want to tear it apart. See, your aura isn't just an energetic signature, it's evidence. Evidence that a human being can evolve, heal, and radiate something holy. Chosen ones, mystics, Heyokas. You were given an expanded field, one that heals others simply by being near them, even when you're tired, even when you feel unseen, even when you've been targeted. You still radiate peace, still channel divine light, still walk with presence. That kind of energy, it's magnetic, but it's also dangerous. to those who haven't healed. This is why they try to break you, not because of something wrong with you, but because of everything right with you. Because when you walk into that gym, or the store, or the local cafe, and you bring that calm, high vibration energy, those with distorted, fragmented souls, they feel it like an offense. They see your centeredness and feel their own chaos. They hear your silence and confront their own inner noise. They see your peace and remember everything they've avoided. So they react, some aggressively, others passive-aggressively, snapping fingers, loud claps. A dramatic car door slammed the second you step out, the shopkeeper slamming down boxes harder than needed, people sniffing behind you in stores just to rattle your nervous system. You're not imagining it. You're not paranoid. These are energetic attacks, tests intended to pierce your frequency. Because they've learned they can't touch your truth. So they go for your nervous system. They use noise, distraction, disruption to rattle you, to drain you. Why? Because they need what you have, but they refuse to get it the right way. They won't meditate. They won't pray. They won't sit with their trauma. They won't look into their shadows. But they will stand next to someone who's already done that work, just to leech the afterglow. Heyoka empaths know this all too well. You feel it instantly. When someone's in your intimate field for the wrong reasons, you can't explain it in words. But your spirit knows. You feel the pull, the extraction, the way their presence hooks into you, like they're feeding. That's why you get so tired around certain people. It's not that you're antisocial, it's that you're being harvested. And religious traditions warned us. Jesus felt it in the wilderness. The devil trying to seduce him with false promises after 40 days of fasting. Temptation isn't just about sin. It's about energy theft. The Apostle Paul spoke of the thorn in the flesh, something that tormented him while he carried divine wisdom. Even holy men were attacked energetically. Buddhist monks warned about Mara, the demon who tempts practitioners off the path. The Bhagavad Gita speaks of tamas, a dark, dull force that clouds clarity and drains spiritual fire. Mystic, the scriptures knew. There are forces in this world that feed off light, and you, the chosen one, are like a bonfire in a world of damp ashes. Of course they gather. Of course they swarm. Of course they try to extinguish you, or worse, convince you that your flame is too much. Because your existence challenges their non-existence. Let's bring it back to your personal truth. That person, your stalker, he knows. He's not guessing. He's studied your energy, watched it, tried to copy it, tried to twist it. He saw the reaction people had to you, how they lit up, how they felt better. And instead of being inspired, he became jealous. So he built a campaign. You're faking it. You're not the real DJ. You're not the one behind your own YouTube. He says you're pretending, while he creates a false reality for himself that others accept without question. So he says, you're imagining things. You're paranoid. You're making up stories about being followed, about being talked about. But in the same breath, he's the one tracking your moves. He knows where you were 2 nights ago. He repeats what you said, quotes what you did. He even brings in the neighbors, says they've been talking, says they've said things. So now we know. He's listening, he's watching, he's twisting your life into a weapon he can wield behind your back. And then he flips it, says you're the one inventing stories, says you've lost touch, but it's him. He's the storyteller. He's the distortion. He is the projection. He creates the illusion and sells it as truth, while you stand there, being questioned, being doubted, being picked apart, because he's rewritten your reality so masterfully, they don't even realize it was yours to begin with. Because he's the real actor, he is the projection, he is the parasite, but it's you they scrutinize, because he's redirected the narrative so well, weaponized your truth as a lie. And that's the final trick of the energy vampire. They don't just feed on you. They try to turn others into vampires too. The gossip spreads, the flying monkeys gather. They film you, they mock you, they talk about your personal life like it's a group sport. They try to corner you, provoke you, film your reaction, and then call you dangerous. They create a version of you that's easier to attack, and all the while, they keep feeding, not just on your energy, but on the drama they've created around you. But listen closely now, because this is the part they'll never understand. Your energy is not theirs to keep. They can steal glances. They can pull at your field. They can mock, follow, provoke, record, lie. But they can't take your soul. They can't touch your purpose. They can't dim what was given to you by the divine. You are not what they say. You are not what they project. You are not what they fear. You are the flame, the light, the original signal, the disruption to the matrix, the awakened mirror they can't stand to see. And they keep trying to break you because you remind them of everything they lost or never had. But the truth, you're still standing, still glowing, still walking with sacred rage and sacred peace. They came to drain you, but your source runs deeper than they ever imagined. You didn't ask to be targeted. You didn't volunteer for this war. But here you are, still standing. And maybe that's the real reason they came for you. Because even after everything, even after the gossip, the stalking, the lies, the manipulations, even after the days you cried alone or felt like you were going insane because no one else seemed to see it, you didn't fold. You didn't give them what they wanted. Your breakdown didn't come. Your rage didn't explode in public. You didn't become the monster they accused you of being. And that infuriates them. You see, the energy vampire needs one thing above all else: your compliance, your agreement to play the role they wrote for you, your surrender. But you didn't give it. And now it's time to take your aura back. Not just protect it, own it. Breathe for a second. You feel that? That's the weight of finally being seen. Everything you felt, everything they tried to gaslight you into denying. It's real. And you're not crazy. You're not broken. You've just been walking through a spiritual war disguised as normal life. And this was only the first layer. If you're ready to go deeper, if you want to protect your energy and stop second-guessing what your soul already knows, I've created real tools for that. Over on patreon.com/mystical illumination. I've got cheat sheets, spiritual protection guides, and energy clearing rituals made specifically for empaths, Heyokas, and chosen ones like you. Not fluff, not filler. Just what works, because I've lived it. And in part 2, we're going all the way in. You're going to learn how to reclaim your aura, how to stop the leaks, how to walk like the light you know you are, without flinching, without folding. So if you're ready, I'll meet you there. And never forget, you were never the problem. You were always the mirror. Stay lit.